years ago, I used to feel sad and reluctant when leaving home. But if you watch the other videos in this series, you'll know I haven't viewed Northern Ireland as my home for a long, long time. You see, when I left home some 25 years ago to join the army, I soon realised there was much more to life than an obsession with flags, religion, and sectarian hatred. And if you use the spread of flags as an indicator of sectarianism, it's sad to see that many previously untouched areas are slowly becoming infected with the disease that is bigotry. So while it was sad to leave my family, I felt little other emotion as I headed to Belfast in the ferry terminal. But despite what I've just said, I don't feel any resentment or bitterness towards my country. I suppose in a roundabout way, it's experiences like these that pointed me towards the biker lifestyle, the call of the road, the unquenchable thirst for adventure, and the unending desire for new horizons.
Is that me all checked in then, is it? Oh, thanks very much,
So unlike a week ago when I'd got off the ferry at Belfast, this was actually a very pleasant day. And this was going to be a day crossing, so I was due to get into Liverpool at approximately 6:30 in the evening. As always, priority was given to the bikes, and unlike last time, there were only a handful to board. And I have to say another thank you to the Stenaline guys, who really do make boarding a seamless, straightforward matter.
This is where I'm going to be spending most of the trip, the Hygge Lounge, which looks nothing like what it's spelt. Apparently it's Danish for relax. So this was £25 for this lounge. I need to find seat number 60. Yes, so you get free brews. Sorry, be a test. I've got seats number 60 in this.
You just take any seat in there, any seat, sorry.
Easy.
Okay?
Thanks very much. Thank you.
I had been issued seat 60, however the seat numbers only went up to 30, so I queried this with a member of staff, who simply advised me to sit wherever I liked. Now on this occasion there were only 3 or 4 people in the lounge, so it wasn't an issue. However, I wonder what would happen in a full lounge with tickets for non-existent seats. We left Belfast on time and headed out into the Irish Sea. After getting some footage of us sailing out of Belfast Lock, I retired back to the Hygge Lounge, where I took full advantage of the free tea and coffee. Now each recliner comes with its own lamp and 2 USB power points, so I did take the opportunity to charge up my camera equipment and then tried to get some sleep. However, As always, I wasn't successful, so I gave up and watched a few films instead. For lunch I went with the Swedish meatballs, which were served with mashed potatoes. It was actually a very tasty meal, although I could have done with a few more meatballs. And not knowing how long it would take for me to reach my hotel for the night, I decided to grab a wrap for later. So this is the 6th time in 3 years I've used Stenaline to cross the Irish Sea, and I have to say, I've been impressed on every occasion. The boarding has been smooth and professional, the ferries have been spotlessly clean and on schedule, and probably more to do with being lucky with the weather than anything else, the crossings have always been smooth. As we neared Liverpool and my phone found a signal, I received a voicemail and a series of text messages about a tragedy that had just occurred that morning. And I have to say, it hit me like a hammer blow. It really did come as a shock.
Barely breathing, don't let go. Hear the whispers, listen close. I know you've never strayed from the fold, but that's how freedom begins. Bended knees and broken bones, a bleeding heart never bleeds alone. I am one of many cries. We are far from the ashes. Rise up, break the cage, be the lion, be the storm, be the strike of the lightning. Rise with the dawn, rage like the sun. This is what we came for. Revolution. Burn your bridges, make your choice. Fight your demons, raise your voice. They're only silent if we're making noise. So let the battle begin. Bended knees and broken bones, a bleeding heart never bleeds alone. I am one of many cries. We are far from the ashes. Rise up, break the cage, be the lion, be the storm, be the strike of the lightning. Rise with the dawn, rage like the sun. This is what we came for. Revolution.
But despite the shocking news, necessity meant I had to put it to the back of my mind. I had an hour's ride on unfamiliar roads which would require my full attention. And it's not me being cold-hearted or insensitive, it's just my way of coping. I needed to get to my destination sort myself out, and then I could deal with emotions. The last time I'd made this journey by bike, I hadn't gotten home until the early hours of the morning. Riding at night is never fun, especially on the UK's potholed roads. So I'd randomly picked a hotel in the town of Sandbach, just off the M6 motorway, which is approximately 50 miles south of the Birkenhead docks. And despite my sad mood, the hour-long ride on a warm but pleasant summer evening was actually a very enjoyable journey.
Hello, sir. Hi, yeah, I've got a room booked, please.
What's the name of it? You travel far today, sir?
I've come over on the ferry. I was just over seeing family in Belfast, so
Right, wow.
I'm stopping here and then I'm heading back down to Essex tomorrow morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a jaunt.
I learnt my lesson a few years ago when I did it all, ended up getting in at 2 in the morning.
Oh.
I'm just a bit too old now. Right, before I get too comfortable, I'll just give you a tour of the accommodation for tonight. So this is Sandbach, the Bear's Head. This was £76. It is what it is. Single bed, kettle, tea, coffee, TV. But look at the bathroom. Wow. Alright folks, so this place I'm staying in, the Bear's Head in Sandbach, it's absolutely really nice. I've just been to the bar and got a pint. I wasn't going through, but as I was coming into Liverpool and I got the signal back on my phone, I got a text from my mate, another really good mate. He died unexpectedly this morning, fellow veteran. I'm just absolutely shocked, totally numb, to be honest. I didn't talk about it really on the ride down. I just shut my mind off, but now obviously the ride's finished and I'm here, so Sherman, R.I.P. mate. Perfect, thank you very much.
Looks like it might be a nice day today.
I know, it makes a change. I've been riding around Northern Ireland for the last week in the rain.
It's been awful, hasn't it?
I know.
Unlike many other hotels, the Bear's Head allowed you a relatively late checkout time of midday. Perfect if you wanted to lie in, but as always, I was awake early. Now breakfast was included in the price of the room, so after a hearty full English, I loaded the bike and set off just after 9 AM. And it was as I was giving the bike a quick once over, I noticed the brake lights were stuck on. Now initially I assumed it was the eternal issue with these Harley models of the front brake switch failing to disengage. However, I was later to discover the tail light wires had rubbed against the rear wheel, causing the brake lights to stay permanently live. But the thing is, even if I'd known what the issue was, there was nothing I could have done while on the road. I had 200 miles of boring motorway miles. However, at least it was a bright, warm day, and by UK standards, the traffic was relatively light. journey home took me about 3.5 hours, and this included 2 fuel stops. The second being at Cambridgeshire Services, where I discovered my fuel leak just over a week earlier. And as the roads became familiar, I became reflective on my journey. Despite the few trivial issues, the street bob hadn't missed a beat, and that was quite an achievement considering it had been a non-runner for the best part of a year. And as for me, well, I felt quietly content. I'd faced my old fears and taken a ride around West Belfast, an area I would have avoided only a few years earlier. And being on the road always gives me time to think, time to assess, and reflect on how lucky I am to be able to jump on my motorcycle and ride from one side of the country to another. And if you're watching this video and thinking, I wish I could do that, well, the simple answer is, you can. You see, it's a real shame that as newborn babies we lack the knowledge to appreciate that we're already on the countdown towards the end of our lives. Perhaps if we knew this fact, we wouldn't waste so much of our lives in the pursuit of pointless and meaningless things. The Roman Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." So with that quote in mind, I want to leave you with a final thought. In 100 years from now, we'll all be dead, and the things we thought so important right now, homes, jobs, possessions, they'll all be owned by someone else, most likely by people who'll have no connection to us. And if we're lucky, from time to time, the odd person will look at a photograph of us, but on most occasions, we will only exist on family genealogy websites. So we owe the future nothing, but we owe the present everything. So don't put off the things you've always wanted to do. Seize the moment, dare, dream, discover. And as always, friends, ride often and ride safe.